Welcome to another special Easter episode of Flea Market Rescue. In this episode, we'll take a Coca-Cola wagon that we got from the thrift store, and along with some paper mache eggs, we'll turn it into this cute little bunny wagon. Next, we'll do some iron-on transfers that will make a great Easter runner. I'll also teach you how to make some rabbit napkin rings, which will create an awesome dinner display. And if that wasn't enough, my mom's back and she's going to teach you how to put together some simple Easter home decor. This is going to be an awesome episode, so sit back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy part 2 of a special Easter episode. We got a lot in store for you. And if you like Flea Market Rescue, I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week. I have these eggs and I purchased them at Hobby Lobby. And I also have some dictionary paper here. We're going to cut a few pieces out. We're going to cut strips, and then we're going to decoupage this onto our eggs. I'm just going to cut maybe 2 pages out. If we need more, we can go back and get more. So I'm just going to cut these into strips here. I like to use dictionary paper that has, it's not crisp white, it has a little yellowing to it. We're going to age these even further, but for right now, let's just start cutting in strips here. I'm going to go I think I'll go this way. Doesn't have to be precise. Cut them in strips. All right, we have our strips of dictionary paper, and I'm just going to open this up. We'll get our Easter eggs out. And then we're going to use a little of this Mod Podge here to put that on. I probably will need to cut these in half one more time. Cut these in half, I think. Okay, so just dip your brush in there, start coating your egg with a little of this Mod Podge. And then we're just going to start putting these papers on there. I'm putting a little on top too. And just smooth it around your egg. Don't worry if there's creases, it's going to be fine. Just keep smoothing the little creases out with your finger. Work your way all the way around the egg here. Remember, just smooth these little lines out. You see how we have a little bit of puckers? All you have to do is just kind of smooth them out. See how that works? They kind of form with the egg. Just smooth them with your fingers. Yes, it is a little messy, but it's so worth it when you get done because these look really super cool. So again, just take your finger and see how this is like that. Just keep smoothing around the egg. Okay, that one's actually looking pretty good. We're gonna let this dry. If we need to add a little more paper or something like that, we can do that. We'll just keep moving on. So this is what our eggs look like. They have a really nice antique look, but we can make them even more vintage looking. And especially if you have dictionary paper that's white, you're gonna wanna get this. It's distressed ink. You wanna get the vintage photo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this ink pad and we're just gonna rub it on our egg. All right, right now that doesn't look very good, but what I do is I take a little of our Mod Podge and I put it over there. And when I rub it, look what happens. It's like magic. It makes it really, really old looking. So again, you just want to put some of this distressed ink on there. And again, it doesn't look that great when you do that, but if you add a little Mod Podge on top of this, it just kind of smears it all. And look at that great color. This is the color you want. So I'm going to do that again with this other egg. Doesn't that look cool? So I'm just going to show you in comparison the difference. Isn't that like night and day? So you definitely want to put some ink on it. It just makes it look so much cooler. So I'm just going to finish the rest of these eggs. And just so you know, this washed off my hands super easy. So I found this cute little cart. You might have remembered it in the thrift video. I did look on eBay. All right, so we're going on eBay. I'm looking under Coca-Cola wood wagon. There's a lot of different wagons I'm seeing here, but I'm not seeing ours. Okay. Oh, here's one, $59.95. It says it's rare. But look, as I scroll down, look at it's $9.99, and ours doesn't even have a handle. So I know that this is really not that valuable. Okay, we checked it out. And I checked to see what the value was. As you can see, it really wasn't, you know, wow. I could get one for $9.99. So we are just gonna get rid of the Coca-Cola here. I'm okay with it. The ones that they were selling even had a handle. The handle is broken off. So you're really not gonna get much anyhow for a broken handle when the other ones have their handle. So I am just going to take sandpaper. I know a lot of you are cringing that I'm going to do this, but I have to. All right, so it's slightly discolored. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little of that ink. Remember, the distressed ink we used on the eggs. Just and kind of go over this. I wet a brush down, and we're just going to kind of go like this. Well, that looks pretty darn close, doesn't it? I think that's perfect. All right, so I got this bunny here at Joann's, and it's super cute, except for this egg that he's holding behind his back. It almost looks like green eggs and ham. I don't know, like the green is just really off. It looks a little bizarre. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little of our dictionary paper and we're gonna put it on the egg. I think it's gonna look super cute and so much better. I'm gonna actually cut this paper a little smaller because this egg's pretty small. We'll just do pieces of it because, again, this is really small. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. We're just gonna let that dry, and then we'll go back in with our inks. So we're gonna use some of our distressed ink again, and we're just gonna put that all on his little tail here. And then I'm just gonna take a little of that Mod Podge. Put it on there. To age that. So that looks pretty cute. So much better than the green egg. All right, so let's put this together. All right, I actually had to go out and get moss because I was all out of that. You know, the one that I've been using from the wreath. All right, so let's just kind of go through what we have. We have this wreath. I'm gonna get rid of all that. Anyway, this one was $4.99 from Hobby Lobby. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill our little wagon with some moss. And then I do have a little bit of green moss in here. I think I want to just chop that off on top, just for a little bit of color. So brown and green together. And then we're going to add in our paper mache eggs that we did, the ones with the dictionary paper. And then, remember the little rabbit we just did? This little guy is like walking with the egg behind his back. And then here's the little cart with more eggs. So I just want to show you how that's going to look if you were to display it. You know what we almost forgot? A hang tag. We got to have a hang tag on this. Let's see. Which one? I'm thinking maybe we need that one. That's kind of cute, right? Let's use that one. So you're just going to cut this out. A lot of you have already bought them. They've been selling like crazy. So thank you to everyone who's bought my hang tags and also my can labels too. I really appreciate that. They are cute though, aren't they? And they just really add to your project. All right, so now that you have it cut out, you're just gonna, I bought this at like the dollar store. You're just gonna punch this hole in here, and then you're gonna add a little jute. So let's cut a little piece here and put that through. And then we're going to tie it onto our wagon. I think this bunny wagon came out absolutely adorable. It is just too stinking cute. The other week, I posted a video on transferring any image to fabric. Today, I'd like to show you how to make a bunny runner. To get an image, we're going to go on Graphic Fairy. We're going to look under this cute rabbit silhouettes and clip art. We're looking for an image that would look really good on a table runner. These are all a little too cartoonish. It's not what I'm looking for. I want something with a little more detail. That's kind of cute, but just too much detail in there. Now, this one right here is perfect. Okay, so we're going to select this one because I think this is the perfect one for us. This one's cute too, but really, that one is the best. So I took this image into Photoshop and I enlarged it and I also duplicated it. I added the words Happy Easter to it as well. If you don't have Photoshop, I'm going to show you what you need to do. Now, when you're printing on fabric, you want to reverse your image. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I have a Mac computer, so it might be different for you if you are operating with Windows, but this is how you do it with a Mac. Okay, so open your image by double-clicking on it. Go up to the preview bar and hit Tools. Go down to Flip Horizontally, and once you do that, it'll reverse the image, and that's what we need to do. You can save it, or you can simply print it. Then from there, you should be able to enlarge it on your printer. I'll leave a link in the description for a full tutorial on how to do this. All right, we're going to take a piece of this iron-on transfer paper. Can you see all the little dots? These are going to be on top. And then what's going to be printed is on this side. So when you put this in your printer, make sure you have the dots up. All right, so I'm loading this in to my printer. Again, remember, you want the dots up. Okay, we'll just see what happens here. right, I think we got it. Oh, that is super cute, isn't it? You guys. Oh yeah, look at the detail in that too. All right, so let's go iron that on our burlap. So I noticed that the printer kind of cut off the nose here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're just gonna round that out and nobody will know. See, that will look cute like that. So let's just continue to cut all this out. All right, so I have this burlap runner and we're gonna put a rabbit image on there. I think it's gonna look great for Easter and it's just gonna make the table look really nice. So I have the image already picked out. We went to Graphic Fairy and we found this really cute rabbit. Okay, so everything is cut out now. Okay, so we are gonna place our bunny down on our runner. Kind of center that, make sure it's centered. And I realized that we had Happy Easter looking the correct way when it really should be flipped so it looks backwards. Otherwise, it's not gonna come out right. So I went and printed out the correct one. So we're just gonna place these down here and I'm gonna press them here. All right, let's do this. Let's make sure that I have, because we're gonna do this on the other side, so I wanna make sure. So I got 5 there. About. I'm just gonna move that over slightly. Okay, that should be good. All right, so let's press this. I am not gonna use the fabric like they suggested. It just did not, it took forever. It just took too long when I had the fabric on, and I ended up taking off the fabric anyhow and just doing it with the iron and nothing happened. So we're just gonna do it like this. I have to get that whisker down. There we go. So we're just going to press that on there really good. Just going to check on this here. Look at that image. That is so crazy. It's like so sharp. Oh, I love this. How cute is that? Oh, I love it. These transfers are like almost addicting because look at this. And let's peel this off. Oh, look at that. That looks so cute too. So I'm just gonna do the other side and then we'll go ahead and stage it. Before we stage our table though, we're going to need to make some napkin rings. We're going to do that using an IOD mold. So we're going to use this mold and we're going to make some napkin rings. We're going to mold some of these and we're going to use rope, and that's going to be our napkin ring. For this project we're going to use Magic Sculpt. I love using Magic Sculpt, especially with like furniture applique. All my applique pieces are made out of Magic Sculpt. What it is a 2-part epoxy resin. So you take equal parts of the white resin as well as the hardener and you mix them together. You just mix it together and you keep blending it until you do not see any more gray. Okay, so I'm just cornstarching this mold up because this stuff will stick. What I like to do is just kind of, and we'll clean that up later, I just kind of dump out the excess. So as you can see, this is mixed properly. I am just going to take little bits and we're going to stick them into the mold. And one of the viewers had told me if you pop these into the freezer, they come out like with no problem, because sometimes when you try to pull these out, they kind of get distorted or they might stick. Well, we put the cornstarch in there, so they're definitely not going to stick, but they may get distorted. So what's nice is that tip really works. I've tried it and it's the way to go if you're going to be using these molds. You get a perfect piece every single time. Alright, so it's all in there. We're going to pop this into the freezer and we're going to keep it in there for about 15 minutes and we'll take it out afterwards. Alright, we just took this out of the freezer and we're going to go ahead and get him out. See how that just pops out? I could have left it in a little bit longer, but I mean, it's just perfect. So we are going to make a few more of these for napkin rings, but I want to put a piece of wire in the back here because we're going to tie that around the rope to make our napkin rings. All right, so our bunny is starting to be able to be flexible. So I am just going to take this wire and I'm going to make an indentation in his back. I guess that's not very nice, but that way tomorrow when this is all dry, we can just hot glue that in there. So we have a nice little indentation for our wire. I'm going to flip him over so that I don't lose any detail. If we were to flip him the other way, he might lose a little detail, and I don't want that because I love all this detail in this mold. I mean, look at, isn't that cool? So we have this one here. We have one in the freezer, and I'm just gonna continue to work on making the other ones. All right, so we have our bunnies made and we're just gonna let them dry overnight. So all our bunnies are dry, they're nice and hard. So we're going to paint them up. We're just going to use a little of this Americana Mississippi mud. Just going to make little brown bunnies. These all look good. We're just gonna let them dry. I'm gonna take a little of this Wise Owl black wax and we're gonna put wax on top of this. This black wax is giving them like a richness. It's making them look more like a dark chocolate bunny rather than just like a flat kind of painted bunny. So it almost looks like a chocolate bunny. All right, so I have this rope here. You've probably seen that in that, when we made that bag, the 1914 bag. And we use this jute. You want to get this when it's on sale because it's $18.99 at Hobby Lobby, but it's awesome rope. So we're going to use this for our napkin rings. I'm going to kind of circle it around, and that kind of looks like a good size for a napkin ring. So I'm going to just cut that. Don't use your good scissors. And that's going to be perfect when we glue that together. So I'm going to cut a few more here. The same size. So with our glue gun, we are just going to put a little bit of glue on the end here, and we're going to press our rope together. I'm pressing this together. I'm going to hold it in place while the glue dries. And then we're going to also put some wire just to kind of make sure that it doesn't come apart. So that's one ring. I'm going to do that with the other one. All right, so now we have 4 rings. We're going to take a little bit of wire and we're just going to wrap it around right here. Okay, so we're just taking a little wire here, and where we glued, we're just going to wrap that around just to ensure that our napkin ring is not going to come apart. And plus our rabbit's going to be glued to that. Okay, so that's good. That just ensures that it's not going to come apart. Now what I'm going to do is, we made that indentation for some wire. I have a little piece of wire that I cut. We are going to hot glue that in place. However, epoxy, you know, that 2-part epoxy that I showed you, really it would be the best thing, but I'm against time right now because my video is supposed to be in just the morning. So I'm just going to put this wire in with a little hot glue. This is going to allow that to attach to our ring. So we're just bending our wire, one going this way, one going that way, so that it can actually wrap around our ring. And you can put a little hot glue, which you probably should put a little hot glue right on the rope so that the rabbit stays really nice and put. Again, if you have the choice to use hot glue or epoxy on the back, use epoxy. I swear by epoxy, and that will not come loose. Hot glue, you just never know. You know, if it's too hot, it might come apart. So I'm just wrapping the wire from the rabbit onto our ring. And again, if you have any excess wire, you can always cut it. I think think that looks really cute. Okay. All right, I'm going to take these from Hearth and Home, and we are going to put napkin rings around them. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of leave them like this, and then we're just going to put our ring around there. You just want to push your napkin through. I'm going to do this about midway. And this is just kind of plain. I mean, I do like it more simple. However, I thought a little of this greenery would look awesome, so I'm just going to cut a little piece of greenery and we're going to add it in. A little sprig of that. Simple, easy, and just very clean and classic.
Well, it's the moment you've waited for. She's back.
I know I've been out of the loop for a while, and I know Kelly has told you that I've had some health issues and I've had surgery, but I'm on the mend now, and I really appreciate all your good wishes and your prayers. It really meant a lot to me. So I hope you enjoy this video. These are some things I really enjoyed doing and showing you, and I hope you have a great day. I have these 2 lighted trees in my den, and I went to Hobby Lobby, and all their Easter items right now are 40% off, and I purchased these honeycomb Easter eggs that's on fish line. I cut the fish line off and I just added some twine and I hung them on the trees, and I think they make a really nice Easter decoration. And this is the package that they come in, and you get an assortment of the 3 colors, and you just open them up and you have your eggs. Now around the base of these, I got these also from Salvation Army. And they do sell these at Hobby Lobby also. So I just cut them apart, and because my base right here is square, so I just kind of put it around so it kind of looks like grass. If you don't have any of the lighted trees, then go out in your backyard, cut some twigs or branches, put them in a decorative pot, add your Easter eggs, and now you have a nice Easter arrangement. This is another one of my little projects that I've been putting together. It's just a little porcelain white bucket. I believe I paid like $1 for it. I have a little ceramic white bunny here, and a bunch of carrots. So what you want to do is just arrange your carrots, put your bunny in there, and then greenery, which always adds to any decoration. Just kind of put it around how you like it. You can put as much as you want or as little. And there you go.
Oh, that's cute, Mom.
I think he really makes a cute little centerpiece, or just put on a table for Easter. And I mean, it's very easy. Kelly featured this little cart in the last video. And I really liked what she did, but I just wanted to do something a little different, put a different spin on it. So this is my version of the cart. It's just filled with some moss. And then I have these, they're 3 different size bunnies. They're ceramic. And I picked these up at a garage sale. I think they were like $1 each. So here I will just put like the biggest one in the back, and then the medium size one, and then the little one. Now I have some greenery here that was just a bunch of it, and I just cut it apart just to add in here, which I think, you know, really makes it spring looking. And it does add to the arrangement. Now I'm going to add this little tag to it, and it says bunnies for sale.
That is super cute.
Okay, here's the next project. I picked this metal tray up from Salvation Army. It was $1.99. And the rest of this stuff really is just from garage sales or thrift stores and stuff. This is a little lavender plant that I have this little planter. And I just added some moss and put it into the little pot with the shovel. And what I'm gonna do is, and I thought these little ducks were just so adorable. I have another one, but the tray wasn't big enough to put all 3. But I found these at a garage sale, and I just had to get them. They were just so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of this reindeer moss to the bottom of this tray. These are all very, very simple projects. I mean, very inexpensive, and they're very fast to do. You just got to be out there and go to your thrift stores. Your garage sales are coming up, and look for this stuff. So now what I'll do is I'll just add the little shovel with the lavender to this. Just, you know, put the moss around to cover up the base of the shovel. And then I just put these ducks. I guess they're ducks. I thought they were maybe chickens, but I gotta turn this around to me so I can see what I'm doing. And Kelly has these in her Etsy shop, the Easter spring tags, which are just fabulous. I'm just going to add this to the shovel. and it just really makes this decoration a winner. Sorry. And there you go. I think it really turned out cute, and it's just an easy little project. I picked up this bunny with a cute little lettuce bowl here from a garage sale, and I paid $3 for him, and I think he's really cute, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do with him. I found this lettuce. It comes in a big bunch, but I took it apart because it was just too full and you really couldn't see his face. You can buy this at Hobby Lobby, but get it when they have 50% off because it is pretty expensive. But you can use it for many things. So what I did is I just pulled some of the lettuce leaves off, and I'm just gonna insert them into this little bowl. You'll kind of see what I'm gonna be doing here. Now if you want, you could just leave it with just the lettuce leaves. Now that spring is coming, you can go to your local dollar store or whatever and pick up the little seed packages of lettuce and carrots, and you could actually just put it on like a little wooden stick or a popsicle stick and stick it into the lettuce. And then also you could take these little carrots and put those inside, which will give it a pop of color. And I think it just really is a cute little centerpiece. Okay, I have this, it's called a bread bowl, and it is from Kirtland, and the regular price on it was $26.99, and I got it at Salvation Army for $3.99, which was a fabulous buy. It's got the wood frame around the edge and the tin in the middle. So we're gonna start filling this. But instead of putting a lot of the moss in, which is gonna be a lot, I just crumpled up some of this white tissue paper and just set it in. This way you're not using a whole bunch of moss to fill this. So here's my moss. One other thing I forgot, you need a styrofoam block. You can put some hot glue on the bottom and glue it, or you can just set it in, because you might want to use this bread bowl for maybe another project. There we go. Okay, let's just fill this up with the moss. Just want to, cover up any of the tissue paper, but you're going to be using a lot less if you didn't use the tissue paper, because the bowl is kind of deep. And this is called reindeer moss, and you get it at Dollar Tree. It makes a nice filler, and it has a nice shade of green to it. I think for this I used about 4 bags, but this is quite a large dough bowl. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Everything's covered. Now I'm going to start adding my decorations to it to do a cute display for a table or a centerpiece. So this is what I'm going to start off with. I have this little bunny which I bought from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just sink him right into the styrofoam so that it looks like he's in the dirt or the moss looking for his carrots. And then over here, some of the lettuce that I showed you, I just took a few more leaves off, twisted them, and I'm doing like a little lettuce patch, which will go right about there. And then you want to add some flowers to it. If you're at a garage sale or a thrift store and you see an arrangement that has a lot of different greens or ferns or just an assortment, you usually can pick those up very cheap and then just use them individually into your other arrangements. Like this is just out of a basket that I found at Goodwill, and the basket of these were 49 cents, which was a great buy because you get quite a bit in it. So I'm just adding the flowers. Just kind of do them random wherever you think they look good. Here's some little lighter pink ones. Let's see what I have here. 2 more. And then I'm going to add some carrots. And those you just kind of put random. I mean, this is a bunny thing. Okay, now I'm just going to add some of the little carrots to this. And then just put a few little Easter eggs. Just put them wherever you think they should go. And these you can purchase at Dollar Tree or any of the stores that really sell the Easter things. And I'll put one right there. And it's complete. And there we go. Let me turn it around so you can see the bunny who's looking for his lunch. And there you go.
My mom and I will be back next week with more projects and ideas for you. We just couldn't put everything in this one video, so we will be back with a part 3, and I hope that you'll stick around because I have a few announcements I'd like to make. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, we have grown to over 4,000 members. We have such talented people there, and if you want to come join us, hop on over there. We'd love to have you. This week I'd like to showcase 4 people from our group. and I think that you're really going to love them as much as I do. First up, we have Marcia Gallant. She did this beautiful decorative jar. I love it. The colors are just amazing. And then she made these iron-on transfer pillows that just stole my heart. She did a fabulous job, and I'm just really proud to have her in my group. Next up, we have Samantha Fairbanks, and let me tell you, this girl has it. Just check out her booth. Her booth is at the Lost and Found Merchandise in Ware, Massachusetts. So if you get a chance, stop in because her stuff is really amazing. This next girl takes painting furniture to a whole nother level. This is Tracy Noble, and her painting is outstanding. Tracy also has a YouTube channel. It's called Welcome Home with Tracy. So if you want to check that out, go on YouTube. Again, her name's Tracy Noble. I want to thank everyone who purchased my Easter hang tags and my can labels. You guys are awesome. I had so many orders this week, and I just want to thank you because that just really meant a lot to me. Also, this week I saw someone use them in my group, and I want to feature her as well. So I want to give a shout out to Nicolette Markham because she did really a cute job on these bags, and with the tag, they just look awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing more work from you. You did a great job, and thank you for using my hang tags. Well, that's it for this episode of Flea Market Rescue. We'll see you next week with part 3. And if you like this episode and you want to see more episodes like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. I'm Kelly Sherry, and this has been Flea Market Rescue.